Well, hello. It's been a little hot minute since I've come on and done a Facebook Live. I've actually had this word kind of burning in my heart and my spirit for several days now. It actually came to me when I was in a workout class at the gym on Monday. I just kept hearing safe. And when I got into my car, I was going to do a Facebook Live, but then I had to get to an appointment, so I didn't do it. And I thought, you know what? Right now is a really good time to talk about this. What's really interesting is, I don't know about you guys, but I like to keep my email inbox pretty low. And I ended up having several things that popped in. And one of the things that came through my inbox was an email from Nate Johnston. And it came on Tuesday. So this is a day after I started hearing this word about safe. And I read it today. And I thought, you know what? This is just a now word. So safe. And I heard playing it safe, and I wanted to share what I'm seeing and sensing and kind of what I do in my business is to come alongside women who tend to be a little bit more on the wild side, meaning they tend to be the ones who are willing to do the wild and crazy things that maybe don't make sense to others. When I say that, that means they might be doing things that don't look safe. So when I say playing it safe, where are you playing it safe? And is God calling you to do something that maybe doesn't look safe? I want to read a couple verses to you, and one of them actually is one that I was standing on starting in March of 2020 was the whole chapter of Psalm 91. Anybody else just been standing on that one since 2020, especially? But it's, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. So just continue on to read that passage if you'd like. I actually recorded a podcast episode of me just literally reading that chapter. I'll pop it into the comments here. But so if you think back over the last 4 years, there's been a lot of talk about safe, a lot of talk about safety and being safe and safety. So it's kind of a word that's been ingrained in our heads since we were little, probably, right? Be safe, make sure you're safe. And I do this with my kids. I'm not telling you that I tell my kids to go run out in traffic. Now they're 15 and 18, so they're past that stage now, thankfully. But a lot of our life we were trained to be safe, right? Anybody else? Play it safe. Make sure you're safe. Now, if you tend to be like me, who grew up maybe a little bit more like a rebel, and you didn't use your rebelness in a great way, maybe you can relate to me in what I'm going to say here. Some of us who maybe have a little bit more of a, I don't know, we tend to take risks. We tend to be a little bit more bold when it comes to doing things that maybe don't make sense to other people. If you have been taught and it's been ingrained in you to be safe, and somebody's telling you, do the safe thing, just only do the safe thing, you're probably going to listen to that person, right? Which is what happened over these last 4 years. People were listening to the people that would say, do the thing that's safe and effective. That's a whole other rabbit trail I'm not going to go down. Be very discerning, okay? I'm just going to leave that there. But what I want to say about safe and safety and playing it safe is that there are going to be times where God is going to call you out to do things that do not look safe. They look stupid in the world's eyes. And you're going to have people around you saying, oh, that's not safe. That's not good. That's not a good choice. You're not prepared. You don't have it all together. Right? Have you ever experienced that before? Anybody? I'm maybe talking to myself here, but here's what I know. I know that the gals that I have come along, a lot of the women that I've come alongside are doing things that don't look safe in the world's eyes. Just think of, let's just say you are called to be a race car driver, and you know that God's put you in that driver's seat because that's what you're called to do. Well, is it ultimately safe? Probably not. The chances of you getting in an accident are more likely than just riding in a regular car, right? But if God calls you to do something, and it may not look safe, and I'm saying safe in a relative word way, are you going to do it? Are you going to go do something that he calls you to do that doesn't look quote unquote safe? Now, when I say safe, I'm relating to sometimes there's going to be things that he calls us to do, again, that maybe don't look like they make sense, like the disciples. When Jesus called the disciples to follow him, they dropped everything and just followed him. Did they know what they were getting into? Did they know if it was safe? Did they even know him? Well, you help me answer that question. So if you know him and he calls you to do something, I'm going to read Psalm 32:7. You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance. So if you are just hiding in the shadows, you are just wanting to be safe, and I'm not saying hiding in the shadows of his wing. I'm talking about hiding. You're just hiding from whatever it is that he's calling you into. I want to call you out, and I want to call you up. I'm called to call out and call up the wild ones, and I'm called to call up the ones who maybe you're stepping into something that looks wild. Maybe you're already a wild one and you need somebody to come alongside you to help you birth the thing that the Lord's calling you to birth. I did a post earlier today about, breaking chains, and I do know that I have done a lot of things, especially these 4 years, that people would say is not safe. But why did I do them? Because I knew that he was calling me either to avoid something or to step into or out of something, including out of a job that was safe. It was safe. It was paycheck, get a paycheck every 2 weeks, have great benefits, have all the things. But at the end of the day, it was so out of alignment, and there were so many evil things happening that I couldn't even take money from them anymore. So I just want to have you just take a moment today and ask yourself, are you playing it too safe? Are you playing it too safe? It's a tough question to ask yourself sometimes, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever thought about this. Maybe you haven't, but he has so much more for you. That's all I'm going to say. He has so much more for you. So if you're hiding, if you are not stepping out because of fear, I'm calling you up today. If you need somebody to come alongside you who will help you step into your but God said, because he has something for you. He's called you to do something. And if you are just playing it safe, I'm going to call you out and up. Because too many people are your what if friends. They're your plan B friends. Your people in your corner that are like, that's not safe. But what if? But what if? You don't need to hear all that all day long. And the enemy's going to come at you with that all day long anyways. What if you had somebody, and I'm going to use a what if. Just think about it. What if you had somebody in your corner who is drawing out the gold in you, helping you take those steps that are wild and crazy, that have always been in you, you just haven't taken them yet, and will remind you of your but God said, so you can fulfill the promises that he's put on your life? How would that feel? I bet it would feel a lot different than sitting in the shadows, listening to all the what ifs. Ask me how I know. I've been there. I walked through it and I walked out of it. So now I get to, on the other side, go back and help set other women free, because I've been set free. So if you want to chat, let me know. I am just so blessed. I was on a one-on-one coaching session today and with my group coaching gals today, and it's just such a joy to be on mission. I'm actually wearing my shirt. It says "Mess on a Mission," because I was quite a mess, and now I've got a big message, and I just feel so blessed to be able to do this work. I know many of you maybe don't even know what coaching is. You're like, oh my goodness, she talks about coaching all the time, and it's like, what does that even mean? Well, feel free to reach out to me. Maybe you've worked with a coach before and it wasn't a good experience. I'm happy to share testimonials with you, because that's what's power. The women that I've worked with, I know that they've gotten unlocked, and it's beautiful to be able to carry the keys of revelation that he gives me to help unlock women from their cages. How beautiful is that? And it aligns so beautifully with all the eagles that I get to see and set other eagles free, because you are an eagle ultimately. You're not a chicken. So stop being a safe chicken, right? So anyways, all right, well, I'm going to be done for today. So have a blessed day. Bye.